Did you know that there is an archipelago located in the South Atlantic Ocean that has its own unique language? And did you know that it was originally settled by English convicts? Well, today, we are going to talk about the history of this amazing place and how it became an overseas territory of the United Kingdom. So make sure to stay tuned. This is a mini-series where we explore different places around the world that are still a part of the British Empire. If you have missed any of our previous episodes, don't worry because you can find them all on our channel. Let's go back in time to 1690 when two sailors from a British East India Company ship spotted a group of islands which they named the Falkland Islands. After the island's resemblance to the Falkland Sound in Scotland, these remote islands were uninhabited at the time, but they quickly became the site of competing territorial claims by various European powers. In 1704, France established the first European settlement on the islands, followed by a Spanish settlement in 1711, however. Both of these settlements were short-lived and were abandoned due to the harsh environment and constant threat of attack from rival European powers. During this time period, the islands were known as the Malvinas in Spanish and were claimed by Spain, while the British knew them as the Falklands and claimed them as their own. This conflicting of territorial claims would cause a lot of problems in the future. Now, let us fast forward to 1833, when a group of about 120 convicts escaped from a British prison ship and made their way to the islands. They established a small settlement and began raising livestock, including pigs, sheep, cattle, and horses. The British government didn't really have any plans for the islands, so they essentially just let the convicts do their thing. Some of the convicts even developed a unique way of speaking English, influenced by the languages of the other European settlers who had come before them. This would eventually evolve into the unique Falklands dialect that's still spoken on the islands today. In 1842, Britain officially took possession of the Falkland Islands and began to develop them as a penal colony. This was around the same time that slavery was being abolished throughout the British Empire, and so the British government decided to use the islands as a place to send freed slaves who had nowhere else to go. Over the next few decades, the population of the islands grew significantly, and so did the amount of livestock. There were now thousands of pigs, sheep, cattle, and horses roaming freely around the islands. However, this abundance of livestock also attracted the attention of pirates and privateers who would come to the islands to hunt and kill the animals. In 1848, the British government took action to protect their valuable livestock by sending a warship to the islands to defend them. This marked the beginning of the island's strategic importance to the British Empire. The British began to see the islands as a potential naval base and a vital stop on the route to and from the Americas. During World War II, the Royal Navy used the islands as a coaling station and a supply depot. After the war, the islands became a major whaling station, and whaling would continue to be an important industry there until the mid-20th century. Today, the Falkland Islands are a popular destination for tourists who come to see the unique wildlife and learn about the island's fascinating history. So what's the significance of the Falkland Islands today? Well, they are an overseas territory of the United Kingdom, which means that they are still a part of the British Empire. Although they are very far away from the United Kingdom, the British government is still responsible for their defense and foreign affairs. The islands have their own government, and they do have a certain degree of self-rule, but ultimately they are still a part of the UK. It might seem odd that the UK still has control over these remote islands so far away from their homeland, but the reason why they have been able to hold on to them for so long is because of their strategic value. The islands have a unique location in the South Atlantic Ocean, making them an important stop for ships traveling between the Americas and Africa. Additionally, the islands have a large number of sheep, which produce a lot of wool that can be used for military uniforms and other purposes. During World War II, the UK used the islands as a naval base and a supply depot, which shows their strategic importance during times of war. Even today, the UK keeps a military base on the islands as a reminder of their strategic value. Alright, well, that wraps up our video about the history of the Falkland Islands up to 1980. We hope that you enjoyed learning about this unique and fascinating place. Do not forget to leave us a comment below to let us know what you thought of the video. And while you are at it, why not give us a like and subscribe to our channel so you never miss out on any of our future videos. Thanks for watching.